This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Undertaker's injury leads to the end of the ministry, and that's got to make you wonder if you're Bradshaw, or maybe even if you're Ron Simmons. Damn, what's left for me now? Well, the APA. Who comes up with the idea of the Acolyte Protection Agency?
I think it was a combination of Vince and the talent of just talking about why, what if we did this? What if all we did was sit in the back, drink beer, and people come up to us and they want us to, do a job or beat somebody up or go hurt somebody. But we do it under the auspices of being a protection agency. And they were two friends that really got along well together. And it was a natural. And I think that once they did the APA stuff, that the rest, as I say, is history.
Let's remind everybody, this group is going to become famous for drinking beer, for playing cards, and for taking money from people to help them either win a match or protect them. But my favorite piece of business that became a staple is they came up with the door. So it's just usually a table set up in the backstage area, and then they would set up a door that isn't attached to any walls. It's just framed up and freestanding. Who came up with the door? Is that a Brian call? Because it's fucking hilarious.
Again, I think it was something talent did. And it was either a door back there and they said, why don't we have this and put, like every detective agency you ever see in the movies, it's like so-and-so detective agency or whatever.
Yes.
And you got to go in the door and you have it there and people come walking in. It's like, the hell, you raised in a barn? Come in the door. And it just was a gag that stuck and easy to work with.
WCW's purchased, of course, in 2001. And the role of the APA on camera here is going to become locker room leaders and enforcers for the WWF, which I guess you could argue is a real life situation too. The APA win the tag titles over the Dudley Boys, only to drop them to DDP and Canyon. Was there anyone, do you remember, that Bradshaw and Simmons really had fun with at their expense, maybe on the WCW side of things?
I asked maybe
because
maybe Bagwell on the initial
debut
of WCW, but nobody other than that. I think they kind of liked Jindrak and O'Hare. I think they liked Canyon and Dallas, but I don't think they took liberties with anybody.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. It's just been said over the years that they weren't exactly warm and fuzzy to WCW talent, whether it was referees or wrestlers or staff. Do you think Ron was at any point nervous about his position, given that he's getting up there in age and now we've got all this WCW roster too?
I think that Ron was pretty comfortable with where he was with John and had the young guy to go out and do the majority of the work, and Ron comes in and does what Ron does.
Did you express the idea of Ron trying his hand as a producer? Because I know you're going to try him briefly as a singles. Did you mention that and he wasn't really into it?
I really don't know who did it. That was Jim Ross or John Laurinaitis, but I know that was something that people were talking about.
So Farouk
I didn't bring it to him. No.
Farouk moves over to SmackDown and he's going to feud with the new Reverend Devon. It's a new gimmick that Devon's trying, and he's got a deacon with him carrying the money box, some fella named Batista. And he being Farouk, pronouns pal, gets paired up with a young, fresh name on the roster, some new guy named Randy Orton. Is Ron at this point really embracing the role of, hey, you're the veteran, show this kid the ropes?
I don't know about embracing it, but he accepted it. He kind of knew that this is his position at this point in the game, and he's there to teach people and help people get over.
I get it. It's a wrestling podcast, but he's saving us money on our mortgage. Do you really trust this process? The reviews don't lie. 5-star review after 5-star review. We make it fast, we make it easy, and it's no cost or obligation. Give us a shot to earn your business. I'm telling you, you'll be glad you did, especially if you like keeping more of your own money. You don't need perfect credit or money out of your pocket, so what are you waiting for? Hurry to savewithconrad.com. The APA at this point starts to run its course, and the split happens after the first WWF draft. Did the guys know ahead of time they were being split up? Had there been discussions, or did they find out like everybody else?
I think they knew, because we'd asked John to change his hair and everything, and I believe that we had talked to them ahead of time to let them know.
So when you talk to them ahead of time, is it something where Brad, you go to Bradshaw and you say, we're going to try you as a singles, and well, Ron, we'll figure something out?
Yeah, it was, look, and Ron was somebody that we were looking at possibly to be a producer as well.
Okay.
But it was out of respect to them, and plus we needed John to start kind of on his new look and everything quickly. We wanted to change color of his hair and all that good shit. So we needed to let them know a little bit ahead of time that, hey, the draft's coming up, and it's a good chance you guys are going to be split up.
They have their final tag match on March 28th in East Rutherford at a house show. They're going to lose to the Dudley Boys. And after the match, the Dudley Boys, the Acolytes, the Hardys, and even Arn Anderson comes out and toasts as if it's the end of the run for both the Dudleys and the Acolytes. In hindsight, do you regret splitting up the Acolytes or the Dudleys here?
I don't. I really don't. And the other, for the Acolytes, I think that Bradshaw flourished as a single and finally found a character, that was him, that we could make some money with. And the APA had its run. From the Dudleys, I think that when you look at the Dudleys over time, when Bubba became Bully in wherever the hell that was, TNA, I think that Bubba really shined as a single. And I think that Bubba, it just was a few years too early.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.